All right, let's talk about the Green Bay Packers beating the Houston Texans. The Packers were favored to win this game, which was a line that surprised some people, but hey, I guess Vegas knows what they're doing. The Packers, huge win against the Houston Texans, a team many people feel are very good. I want to talk about Jordan Love, because this is, in many ways, a full Jordan Love performance. He had the bad in this game. He definitely had some plays that you're going to look at and say, that's not what you should be doing, but then he had some great stuff in here, too, so the good outweighs the bad, and let's talk about the good and the bad of Jordan Love here against Houston. Let's start off with this play. It's on the opening drive here for the Green Bay Packers. And listen, this is, Jordan Love he's someone who takes chances, right? He is not someone who's going to just play it safe. He's going to put the ball in harm's way at times. So even on a play like this, it's a play where they definitely want to get the first down. And I'll say this as well. This is an opportunity when it makes sense to play a little bit aggressive here, right? Because it's a 3rd down and 3. You're right at midfield. The odds are, if this is an incompletion, you're going for it on 4th down anyway. So if you feel like there's a chance that's, maybe a little bit more risky than you usually would take, this can still be a fine time to take it. On the screen, you see the route, how it could get open, kind of in between 2 players over the middle. Well, let's see if it does. Right off the bat, Love takes the snap. He looks over, and right here, you see what he sees, right? Which is the linebacker more towards the top of the screen is playing far enough off that if Love makes a throw over here, that linebacker can't get into play. Here's the issue. That player for Houston is all over this. He's looking in. He's ready to, make a play. Love just doesn't see him. He's only looking at the linebacker closest to him. It's quite frankly just not a very good play by Love. Again, you want to take a chance. You want to make something happen. However, as you see, this doesn't actually get intercepted by the player who is coming in, but he disrupts it enough that it creates an interception. So maybe a bit fluky with the way it bobbled, but at the same time, that was kind of a turnover-worthy play anyway. The way it ended up being a turnover was a little bit wonky, but he earned a turnover on that play essentially. So that's the downside of this, right? But then there's this side of it, which is a 3rd down and 4. The Packers are now down 3-0. So definitely want to score. But again, it's a situation where, hey, just getting a field goal, a lot of people would be fine with that. Not Jordan Love. He wants the touchdown. But here's the way the play works, where it's a zone coverage concept, but it's also a 5-man rush for Houston. So you look at those 2 players covering over the middle of the field and just how much space there is in between them right now. So when Love takes the snap, he looks over and sees that this receiver cutting over the middle of the field, there's really no one over the middle of the field who can make this play. However, there is a safety who could come down. Watch, Love pulls the trigger, and to be honest, I'm not sure if I think he probably knew the safety was there because he did throw this one on such a bullet, but this is a risky throw. And on the replay, you see it actually kind of went through the Texans defender's hands, although it's a weird play in that it goes through his hands, but he also had to dive full extended to get there. So it's I certainly wouldn't call this a turnover-worthy play, right? But it could have resulted in a turnover. And instead, it results in a touchdown. Again, love that play or hate that play. I think if you got, 100 different coaches and said, hey, what do you recommend? I think you're going to get 50 that says great throw, maybe a risky play, but a great throw. And then you're going to get 50 who say, horrible decision, never do that. Hey, it's what Jordan Love's going to do, and it worked out on this play. But then there were just some great plays, too, like this one, which is a cover 2 zone. You have this receiver running a deep shot towards the offense's left here. And the way this route can get open is you have a corner who's on that side of the field, and you have a safety who's on that side of the field. But kind of if you can get open past the corner, but before the safety can get over and make a play, that's how you could get a big gain here. Watch, Love takes the snap, the corner passes off the receiver really when he kind of should, and actually is even doing a pretty good job of staying deep, which is not really his assignment here, but there was also another route kind of freezing the safety a little bit, which creates a window for Jordan Love, but not the biggest window you'll ever see. However, Love puts this one right on the money. Again, there's criticisms you can put on Love's towards Love if you want to. A criticism is not he doesn't make highlight reel level plays. This guy, when he is on and when he's making plays, they look incredible, and even plays that didn't work. Like this one, for example, this is sort of an end-of-half situation. It's a 3rd down and 9 play for the Green Bay Packers. They're going to have Jaden Reed actually run a deep shot from the offense's left to the offense's right. Love takes the snap. He looks over. A safety's reading this, but is not quite in position to make the play. I actually believe this is the corner who's trying to make the play right here. You have Reed. There's a bit of a window right here. And watch this. Just Beautiful throw. Reed wasn't quite able to make the grab there. Would have been a tough catch, but let's be honest, we kind of expect him to make it because he's usually really good at that stuff. But again, some of these throws that Love is making is really just incredible. But heading over here, I mean, to be clear, it's not like all the throws he's making are these like incredibly difficult, like just chucking it downfield and hoping it works out plays. No, he can run an offense as well, especially when it's the Matt LaFleur offense, which is quite the offense to run. So this play is a good example of all that. It's a zone coverage concept for the Houston Texans right here, and what Green Bay is going to do is they first have a fake screen pass towards their right. 4 eligible receivers are going to be on that side of the field, and it's entirely just a fake. I mean, you don't see that too often. You don't see teams using 4 eligible receivers out of the 5 you have for a fake. But then they're going to have a receiver just run a quick slant route on the offense's left, and this is just completely designed to give that a complete one-on-one matchup. You want to isolate that situation. And when this play begins, you see Romeo Doubs right here is definitely open. It's a good situation. This concept worked. There's a lot of space now because that Houston corner, he can't get burned deep because there's no one behind him at this point. This is the one, spot you have. And so for Jordan Love, now he's just got to make the throw, but also watch how he makes the throw. Look, perfectly on the money so that Doubs is able to make the catch and continue running after making the catch and picking up the first down. Was it a great scheme by LaFleur? Absolutely. But was it also players executing? Yes. I mean, Doubs had to make a really tough, play on that one to make sure that he can, run the route well and get open and make the catch. Love didn't have to make a tough throw, but he still put it right on the money to where Doubs was able to pick up as many yards as possible, right? This is good stuff by the Packers. This play wasn't a great one from Jordan Love. Again, he's going to give you the kind of roller coaster ride type stuff. Here it's a 2nd and 19. They're at their own 11. So it's a bit of a dicey situation as is. But when Love takes a snap, he's going to do a couple things wrong here. Tony Romo brought up on the broadcast, really smartly so, how far of a drop this was. He takes 10 yards back, which is, more than you want to do right here because that tackle right there, the edge rusher's going for more of a speed rush type move, and if you drop that far back, it just makes it so much more difficult to block him. So that's already part one of the issue here. The other issue for me is you got to pay more attention when you're this close to your own end zone. I mean, the last thing you want is to get sacked here and be at your own 1, and even worse, maybe you could lose the football, give up a touchdown, right? Like this, it's a dangerous situation here. Love has checkdowns, and you want to be very quick on the checkdowns on a situation like this. 2nd and 19, standing just in front of your own end zone. Instead, he just sits there, and he got sacked when he was standing in his own end zone. He stepped forward enough to make sure it wasn't a safety, but still, not what they were going for there by Love. So again, he's going to give you this. He's going to give you the good. He's going to give you the bad. And then over here, the game-winning drive by the Packers was one where Love just did a lot of smart things. Like this play is kind of the best example, probably the biggest play of that drive, where it's just a slant route against man coverage. Let's hope our guy can win. Love takes the snap, he looks over, he puts it on the money, and they're able to, convert. And that was kind of what that final drive was. It was just consistently being able to make the right play, make it work. There was one play, this one, where Love, he's one-on-one matchup going for the touchdown. Don't want to have to rely on your kicker at the end there. Maybe a bit risky, but, ended up being incomplete, which wasn't the end of the world in that situation. And Love, he gives you the good, he gives you the bad, but the good more than outweighs the bad in most of these games, and that was certainly the case in this one. I thought a really good performance here by Jordan Love. Still some things you would love to see him clean up, I think, but still some good stuff here. That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.